Okay, so to commemorate the launch of OBX for Part 1, I thought today would be a good opportunity to rebuild the Twinkie from Outerbanks, John B's van, and then drag race it in this game, because surprisingly the VW old camper in this game is a very good drag racing vehicle and is ridiculously quick. So without further ado, let's get into the video and yeah, commemorate OBX 4. Okay, so we're going to be using the VW Type 2 Deluxe. It's the only one in the game, and it's the closest we can get to it, really. And because I don't really have a hell of a lot of time, we are going to be using a preset for the Twinkie, which is basically just how this goes. Yeah, so the one we're going to be using is this one. It's pretty decent, and as you can see, it has all the decals on it. It's got all the little marks and the roughed up marks. So we're going to use 40,000 coins to purchase the car, and the upgrades are going to cost a hell of a lot more than that, so it's pretty cool. It's a bit stupid, but at the end of the day, it's fun, it's exciting, it's something different, it's something you don't see every day on YouTube. And yeah, here we go, this is how it's going to look. We'll hop into the Forza Vista here and have a look around. As you can see, we've got some stickers. It is a T2, so it looks quite similar to the Twinkie. We will put all the roof bars and stuff on it because why not? But yeah, looking quite good. Okay, so first step is to finish making this look like the Twinkie, which would be to go into the upgrades and tuning, I believe, and we will see, can we add something to the appearance? Can we add the VW sort of what we would call, obviously it's not a roof rack, but it's the most similar we're going to get to the roof rack, really. So we're going to use it, and we aren't going to hang on a minute, let's just figure this out. Okay, yeah, so the Twinkie does have the rear bumper, so we're going to keep the rear bumper on. However, it does not have the front bumper from what I can remember, or that sort of front bumper. So we're going to take it off because then it makes it look a little bit more realistic. Now, what we're going to want to do is obviously do conversions in this car. So what we have here is a, what do we want to use? Let's think. We need our acceleration to be raised, so we might as well use a 4-litre engine. Now, the drivetrain originally is rear-wheel drive, which, as we figured out in the last video with the VW Golf, that doesn't work for drag races. So we need to go to all-wheel drive, and then now this car will be a lot quicker off the line. We are going to turbocharge it, I believe, twin turbo. It should help us out a little bit, I believe. Obviously, race intake. We're not too fussed about handling, because obviously with the handling, it's not needed. All we really want to focus on here is trying to get that acceleration to the max here. So hopefully we can do that. It's going to be a little bit tough figuring out how we're going to get this acceleration up, but with a bit of luck we can do so. I'm going to put some race brakes on. We're going to have to lower the car, which obviously isn't what the Twinkie looks like in the show. Obviously it's not a drag car, but we do just want to make this car as light, as nimble, as fast as possible, and really maximise our chances of winning a drag race here. We're going to want to probably just a stock transmission here, really. I don't think it's going to be worth doing too much to it. Why have I gone with the drift diff? I don't know. We're going to stick that diff on. I don't know if losing that's going to help us out. We lose power, unfortunately, but it may just help us out a little bit. We need to figure out how to get our acceleration all the way up. Now, it's not exactly the easiest thing, but we do need to figure that out pretty quick, because otherwise we're going to be in a spot of bother. Now, should we see if one of the other engines, maybe we're using a wrong engine for this, potentially? We will go from a 5.9 to a 6 if we do this. However, I'm not sure that potentially that's worth it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I think we're just going to leave the swapped engine we currently have, which gives us a total of, we can see here, we would have a current total of 714 horsepower. Now that's pretty decent for what we're doing, and this is basically our stock modifications. We're obviously going to want to put our take this on and get our acceleration all the way up to a 9.1. Now we can get this up to a 9.3, and we're just going to push until we have 9.7 acceleration here. This is going to be an absolutely mental build. It's going to absolutely demolish the rest of the course here. As you can see, we're going to potentially change the rims. We're going to get some different rims going. They're going to hopefully help us improve our launch and our acceleration while reducing our weight and just really making this car look a little bit better. We're going to go for those. They're not necessarily stock, but they just look like they might be alright here. So that's what we're going to go with. Now the Twinkie's looking more like the Twinkie, obviously with this livery and the roof bar, and now it's obviously also got the power to match that. So can we potentially get our acceleration up without reducing too much? We could take the rear bumper off, but we do want it to look like the Twinkie, so that's probably not our best option here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fine tune this car as well, this van, the Twinkie, and here we are, we're reducing weight, and look at that, absolute massive horsepower change. And then yeah, this van is going to be an absolute beast. We spent over 2 times what we spent on the van itself on just upgrades, as I said we would, and yeah, this is going to be nuts. So we're going to want to try and potentially tune up this car and make it as good as possible. So if we just upgrade our final drive, it's going to obviously upgrade our speed. We're going to want to see we get 2.9 0 to 60. That is really good for us. I want to see, can we lower our 0 to 60 time? Or is 2.9 sort of going to be our best here? I'm going to say it's probably going to be our best. We've altered the final drive, and so there's probably no real better way to test this than to show off the sleeper build out on the road. Now the handling is going to be a bit dodgy, so we are going to have to deal with that accordingly. It's going to be a little bit quick. As you can see, it's an absolute monster. I can't imagine John B would be driving it this fast. It's going to be a pretty interesting car to drive. The handling's a bit dodgy. I'll tell you what, John B could have really done with this when he was trying to get JJ and Kiara to the hospital. Would have got them there a lot faster, and maybe that bloke wouldn't have turned up either. He could have also really done with this a couple of seasons ago as well, or a season ago, when he was trying to chase down the people who nicked the diary. This really would have helped him out. And yeah, flipping heck. The amount of speed this has. I don't think a van this fast, this big, has ever moved this fast before, but I am so glad this one is. And we're nearly at the drag strip, popping a few drifts out here accidentally. Look at it move. Flipping heck. What are the brakes like? Pretty good. So we're going to use this van obviously in the drag race. Okay, we could use all these Bugattis and everything, this absolute nuts Ford Transit, but we're going to use this VW Type 2. It's a 1963. It's probably going to fall apart halfway down the drag strip because it's old and rusty, but who cares? Look at it there, about to try and demolish the competition. I'm going to give us 3 attempts to win the drag race, and if we can win the drag race in 3 attempts, then that's all we need. Look at it, up there on the turntable. Going to need a race suit for this one, I believe, because this thing, if this thing crashes, it ain't got airbags or anything. It's got the structural integrity of some paper mache, but you know, it's going to go well. What have we lined up against here? Some pretty nuts cars. Now, I do personally believe we're gonna do the evil thing and move to an automatic gearbox, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to change gears quick enough to beat the competition here. Here we go. This thing is absolutely nuts. Oh my god! Come on, Twinkie! The Pogues would be proud of you. Flipping heck! Can we hold on here? Yes! Come on! The Twinkie wins the first. Is the first win of this series on this channel with a drag race, and we've won it by quite some margin. Absolutely nuts start. That's what I was talking about in the last video about having rear wheel drive and all wheel drive. We've absolutely demolished the competition there. Wow, what a sleeper build the Twinkie actually is. Maybe they should do it to the actual car. Just a suggestion. Look at how fast we get away here. The amount of redlining going on. Look at him in the rear view mirror just absolutely disappearing. We demolished the competition. Come on. Here we go. Getting that side angle in. Look at the way that we just pull away. Absolutely demolishing the competition here. The biggest, heaviest vehicle on the track. And we're just absolutely taking them down. Wow. Just wow. This car is so good. We've done an absolutely wonderful job on it. And yeah, the Twinkie has never moved so fast. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you all did enjoy. It's a bit of a surprise that I posted this off schedule, but the reason I did that is because obviously OBX4's just come out. It's very popular, and I thought we should get a video out to commemorate it. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe. You know the rest. Everyone else told you millions and millions of times, I am sure. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Oh, and go watch OBX4 if you haven't already. It's really good. 5-star review from me.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.